So welcome back to the Bronco King, and we're in something special today. So Rob, the way I understand it, there's XLs, XLTs, and then Eddie Bauers, and that's the trim lineup for Bronco, right?
Correct.
This is different. Tell us what it is.
It is different in a sense. It is considered technically an XLT, but it's a special edition inside the XLT because it's actually called a Nite edition. And what makes the Nite edition so special is they only made it 1 year in this body style. So we're in the 92 to 96 Broncos. They only made it for 1 year as an option for a package. And what the Nite edition comes with, it comes with what it says is Nite mats, Nite dash trim. It comes out with essentially blacked out grill, blacked out bumpers, blacked out mirrors, pretty much everything blacked out.
The tint, is that factory?
This is all factory, correct?
Wow.
Yeah, so the tint is a little bit darker, but the concept that they were going with, and now they actually do it what's called like XLT Sports, which are in like generally you see them in the 95, 96. They have the paint match bumpers like blacks and reds and whites, but it all originated from the Nite. But what also makes this one cooler is it's actually a true Nite. There's a lot of clones out there, but this one is true. It also comes with a little bit of a darker interior. So this interior color is called charcoal, while whenever you get into a regular XLT, 94s, 95s, 96s, you see them as opal gray, so they're a little bit lighter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can definitely tell the difference.
Yeah.
Interesting. How many of these did they make in 92? Do you know?
I believe, I have to double check, but I believe it was roughly right around 1,000, maybe a little bit less, somewhere around that range. I don't know exactly off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to hold your feet to the fire just guesstimating, but you would think there's, out of 1,000 they made in 1992, this one has how many miles on it?
So this one has right at 89,000 miles.
Let's call it out of the 1,000 they made in 1992. How many of those have less than 100,000 miles? How many of them are even still around? We're probably sitting in a 1 of 5, maybe 1 of 10 vehicles.
I would say, yeah, that's a great accurate guess because, most people, whenever they got a Bronco, they didn't buy these Broncos preserving. They bought these Broncos to go off-roading. They bought them to use them. Like some people would tow a little bit of a boat. So most of the Broncos out there, they're not in that good a shape. Now, this Bronco, I did have to do some things to it to get it to that next level. That showroom quality like it looked in 1992. So whenever I got the Bronco, I actually bought it off a dealership. There was some clear coat peeling in some panels. Didn't see any rust anywhere. And my plan originally was whenever I got it, hey, let me just paint a hood or paint a side. And I was just like, you know what? Let's just do this right. And let's just do it perfect. So everything matches, everything blends correctly. Let's just paint the entire Bronco.
Smart. Because, I mean, you're getting the paint to match, and after, 30 years, or more than 30 years? Yeah, that was a good thing. And it turned out great. This paint job pops. And these decals scream early 90s. It's like, it's got that vaporwave look to it. It's very cool.
Yeah, it is really nice, and it's cool that there is actually a reproduction company that makes the graphics on the outside to identical to how they were in 1992. So strip the entire Bronco down to bare metal, then we painted it, then we put the original graphics of how they were in 1992 on there. I also did replace the front seats, the tops and the bottoms, because they had some wear and tear in them, and I just kind of wanted to bring it to that next level.
So it's interesting that you mentioned that there's a decal company that makes the decals for these. That's really how prevalent these are faked?
Yeah, and it's funny because I had a customer of mine that really, really wanted a Nite Bronco. This was about 2 years ago. And I had an XLT Sport. So the XLT Sport was black bumpers, black grille, pretty much everything on the outside the same, but obviously it didn't have the graphic down the side that said Nite. So
Gotcha.
what we did was He goes, hey, I want this to be like a Nite because I really want a Nite. I know how rare they are. I just don't really ever see them. I said, well, we can give it the appearance, but it still wasn't an actual true Nite.
Gotcha. And so, I mean, just to actually be in one that came from the factory from Ford as the trim model Nite and not a reproduction of one, that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
So, well, man, we're down here by the river again. We're gonna get some great footage, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Thanks again for joining us.
Guys, thanks so much for watching that episode of the Bronco King with the Nite Edition. We're actually filming the next episode of the Bronco King right now, and we're in a super low mileage Bronco, so stay tuned to see exactly what it is.